First of all, Marty, your decision to decide to run again for this seat, what lessons maybe did you learn from the last campaign you think you might take into this one?
Well, last time I got in with about 70 days before the primary, and I was brand new to politics. I'm still obviously relatively new to politics. So it was a real learning experience. What I realized is I really didn't have time to get to know the entire district and have as many meetings with people in the district that I wanted to have. And it just feels like this time I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get in early enough to just absolutely go up and down the district and get to know the people. And it's really hard just to let's just have ads and mailers for people to get to know me. I think a personal connection is most important.
In your last campaign, you and I remember we talked about from economic policy, cutting spending, the issues of debt. Do you support the budget cuts from the White House that have now gone through Congress, some of the rescissions that's come afterwards? And are you concerned about the impacts on Americans from Medicaid, effects on programs, things along those lines?
I think the impact is so far spectacular. The impact being that we don't have the biggest tax hike in history, that we actually have the working class and the middle class being able to keep more of their money to make decisions about their family, their kids' education, putting food on the table. I think to have not passed this legislation would have been so disastrous. So I'm a big fan of what was passed. Now, do I think as we go forward, and like you said, the rescission bill, it's like $9 billion, coming from the DOJ recommendations, and I think there's way more of that to come.
ICE raids around the country. Haven't seen as much of it in Las Vegas, but it's still obviously an issue. We have a very big immigrant population here. Do you think that's the best policy, the best way to deal with illegal immigration? So
the immigrants that I've heard from and that I've seen polled, they are in favor of legal immigration. They seem to be, they are very much in favor of what Donald Trump has done. What we needed was a new president that would enforce the laws. And the thing that we've been talking about for decades, which is let's close the border, secure the border, and then talk about how we reform our immigration policy. It seemed like we could never get that first part done. And within days, Donald Trump comes in and the border is secure. I mean, in June, 0 release of illegal aliens into the country. That almost seems impossible. I wouldn't have thought a year ago that was even a possibility. I wanted to see the laws enforced, but I didn't think just simply having the right president enforcing the laws that exist could be so dramatic.
Tariff policies.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a moving target to try and see where things stand and how they change and the different policies.
Yeah.
If you're elected to Congress, even before you're elected to Congress, do you think this is the best way to try and get the best deals? Or are you concerned that other countries will just do trade around the United States?
Oh, well, the other countries, the United States is the best market to trade with, and it's the best market to sell into in the world. These countries don't want to, we'll just eliminate America as a market. That's insane. No country is going to do that. What I love about this tariff thing is that Donald Trump, as a businessman and as someone who's been preaching the tariff idea for years, and for years I was, as a conservative, I'm like, well, I look askance at that. That doesn't match some of the classic conservative ideals. But I have been not only pleasantly surprised, but kind of thrilled at the deals he's able to cut because of what it's not just a threat. It's a little bit like playing poker, I think. It's like he's not revealing what's in his hand, but he has the winning hand. And I think America is the winning hand.